Welcome to Nature Walk, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating world of plants, animals, and the incredible ways they interact with each other and their environments. I'm your host, David, and I'm excited to share another captivating story with you today. As we take our first steps on this nature walk, let's talk about a topic that's both familiar and yet often overlooked: medicine. We've all been to the doctor at some point in our lives, and we've all taken medications to cure our ailments. But have you ever stopped to think about where these medicines come from? You know, the answer might surprise you. It turns out that animals, from ants to apes, have been using their own forms of medicine for centuries. In fact, scientists have discovered that many animal species possess a kind of nutritional wisdom that allows them to seek out specific plants and substances to heal themselves. Take, for example, the story of Rosamund Young, an organic farmer who noticed that her free-ranging cows would seek out willow bark or buds when they were sick. Why? Because willow contains salicylic acid, a chemical compound that's similar to aspirin. It's not just cows either. Scientists have found that 25 different wild primate species across 26 countries use plants with well-described medicinal properties. But it's not just about the animals themselves, it's also about the plants and fungi they use. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is home to a research group that's studying the plants used by chimps and bonobos, extracting chemicals from them that could lead to new medicines. And it's not just about finding new drugs, it's also about preserving biodiversity. As Jaap de Rood, author of Doctors by Nature, points out, destroying biodiversity means losing not only plants and fungi with valuable future medicinal uses, but also losing our teachers. For every lost plant species, we lose another potential drug for infectious disease or cancer. For every lost animal, we lose another potential pharmacist or doctor. The implications are profound. By studying the way animals use medicine, we can learn more about how to protect ourselves and the natural world. We can design better habitats for livestock, like cows and honeybees, that allow them to thrive and produce their own medicines. And we can work to preserve the biodiversity that's essential for finding new medicines. So, as we continue on our nature walk, let's remember that the natural world is full of surprises and lessons waiting to be learned. The way animals use medicine is just one example of the incredible complexity and beauty of the world around us. We'll be right back with more fascinating stories from the natural world on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. I'm your host, David, and we're glad you're joining us again for another fascinating story from the world of science. Today, we're diving into the realm of immunology and exploring how different viruses interact with our immune systems. You might recall that we've discussed various types of viruses on this show before, but today's topic is particularly interesting because it highlights the distinct ways in which Zika and dengue viruses affect human cells. A recent study has shed some light on this, and what the researchers found is quite remarkable. It appears that when Zika virus infects human monocyte-derived dendritic cells, it limits the activity of a crucial protein complex called NF-κB. This complex plays a central role in our immune response, acting as a kind of messenger that helps activate various immune cells, including T cells. However, when Zika virus is present, it suppresses the ability of these dendritic cells to activate T cells, which could have significant implications for our understanding of how this virus evades the immune system. What's even more intriguing is that dengue virus, which is closely related to Zika, does not have the same effect on NF-κB activity. In fact, the study found that dengue virus actually enhances the activation of T cells, suggesting that these two viruses have evolved distinct strategies to interact with our immune systems. This research has important implications for the development of vaccines and treatments against these viruses, as it highlights the need to consider the specific ways in which each virus interacts with our immune cells. By understanding these differences, scientists can design more effective interventions that take into account the unique characteristics of each virus. And that's a wrap for this segment of Nature Walk. The complex world of immunology is full of fascinating stories like this one, and we're excited to explore more of them in future episodes. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. I hope you've enjoyed our journey so far, exploring the wonders of the natural world. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to share with you a truly inspiring story about a dedicated individual who's making a real difference in the lives of some of our most important pollinators, bees. Meet Elizabeth Hilborn, a veterinarian with a unique passion for bee health. With over 25 years of experience as an environmental health scientist, Elizabeth decided to create a veterinary practice specifically for bees. Yes, you heard that right. She's a bee vet. And it's possible that she might be the only one in the US with this specialized focus. Elizabeth's journey into bee veterinary care began when the US government changed the rules on antibiotic use in bees. Suddenly, beekeepers needed a veterinarian to prescribe medications for their colonies, and Elizabeth saw an opportunity to combine her love of animals, environment, and pollinators. As we hear from Elizabeth herself, she works tirelessly with beekeepers to diagnose and treat diseases affecting their colonies. From examining healthy hives to identifying issues like European foul brood, Elizabeth's expertise is invaluable to these critical pollinators. And it's not just honeybees that benefit from her care. She's also deeply concerned about the welfare of wild bees, which often go unnoticed but play a vital role in our ecosystem. What struck me most about Elizabeth's story is her dedication to understanding the intricate relationships between bees, their environment, and the challenges they face. She recognizes that erratic weather patterns, like unstable jet streams, can have devastating effects on bee populations. By working closely with beekeepers and staying up to date with the latest research, Elizabeth is helping to mitigate these risks and ensure the long-term health of our pollinators. As we conclude today's Nature Walk, I want to leave you with a sense of hope and inspiration. And inspiration. People like Elizabeth Hilborn remind us that even in the face of environmental challenges, there are still many ways we can make a positive impact. By supporting local beekeepers, reducing our carbon footprint, and protecting natural habitats, we can all contribute to a healthier world for bees and other pollinators. That's all for today's Nature Walk. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep exploring your natural world.